Welcome back to the TK Ho Show. I'm just going to be talking about the college football championship week games, mostly just the ranked ones and the ones that are actually important to, actually I shouldn't say important, but the ones that are important to the playoffs. Jumping straight into it, for the Friday game is Oregon versus Washington. We saw this matchup earlier in the season. It was a great game. Almost no defense played, but still a very good game nonetheless. It was very close. Came down to a last-second field goal that was shanked by Oregon's kicker. Washington ended up winning. This one's going to be hard to predict, honestly. With Washington being 3 and Oregon being 5th, this is very detrimental to, or very important to the playoffs. And I don't really know what's going to happen in this game. Oregon has been playing well all season. Their one loss did come to this Washington team, like I said earlier. With it being played in Vegas, it's a neutral site, so fans aren't going to factor into it at all. And with Oregon, or with Washington coasting for the past 6-7 weeks, I'm going to go with Oregon in this one. They're going to want their revenge in this game. I do have Oregon winning this one. That's hard for me to do. But yeah, I do have Oregon in that one. I do think it will be a close game and very good, but Oregon's just playing amazing right now. They don't seem to have a hole on either side of the ball right now, so I have to go Oregon with that one. Next game is Texas-Oklahoma State. Texas in that one. This is kind of important to the playoff. If Texas loses and Bama ends up winning, which I'll talk about next game, then Bama automatically is going to make the playoffs, but I don't see Texas losing this game. Oklahoma State isn't a bad team this year, but they're not great. I'm sticking with Texas on that one. Next game is Bama-Georgia. This is the most important game for the playoffs, in my opinion. If Texas loses and Bama wins, Bama automatically is in. But if Texas wins and Bama wins, who gets in or what happens? This is a very, very weird year for the playoffs. This is a year where a lot of things have to go right for a certain team to get in. And it's so complicated. This, by far, is the most important game, though, because if both Bama and Texas win and Oregon wins and Florida State loses, who gets in, Texas or Bama? Because those two teams are realistically if Washington wins, Florida State loses, and Georgia also loses, who gets in, Bama or Texas? Because Michigan and Washington are going to stay no matter what. Because if Washington beats Oregon, they're staying. And Michigan's automatically going to beat Iowa. But nonetheless, I should probably get back to the actual game. This game is going to be a good game. Bama has been ramping up for this game. They've been playing tremendously over the past couple of weeks. They've been able to step up their game. Yeah, last week they had a little bit of a hiccup with Auburn. They still won off of a last-second 4th and 31. But, yeah, I don't really attribute that to Bama not playing well. It's just a rivalry game, and Auburn was hyped up for that game like usual. Auburn usually makes it a pretty decent game. But this game will be very interesting. I do have Georgia winning it, though. Actually, no. I have Bama winning this one. I think Bama is going to be able to pull it out. Saban is always able to pull something out of his ass. So I do have Bama winning that one. Next game, Michigan, Iowa. Michigan kicking the shit out of Iowa. This isn't even going to be close. So yeah, Michigan destroying Iowa. Next game is Louisville, Florida State. Florida State does not have Jordan Travis, their quarterback, so I'm going with Louisville in this one. Louisville has been good this year. Both of their losses weren't bad losses. One of them was to Pitt. Yeah, that's not what you want to see, but still acceptable. Then the other one was to Kentucky, an SEC school. You only lost 7, and a team that this is their first year being good in a long time. It's a 1-year turnaround from having whoever the fuck their old coach was, who was shitty as hell and running this program into the ground. Their new coach, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, unfortunately, but he has turned this program around and has done an amazing job at turning around the program in such a short amount of time. Like I said earlier, 1-year turnaround, absolutely amazing. So yeah, I do have Louisville winning that one. Now, to get back to what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about that Georgia-Bama game, with how rankings are going to go. I don't really know how it's going to pan out. This is going to be a very interesting week for football. It's definitely going to be one that you need to pay attention to. Games that I'm at least paying attention to is going to be Oregon-Washington on Friday. It's the 8 o'clock game. Next game I'm going to be paying attention to is Georgia-Bama. I'm not really going to be paying attention to the Texas-Oklahoma State game that much. I'll be checking in on it, but it's not like that big of a deal. And then the last game I'm actually going to be paying attention to is the Louisville-Florida State game. That is the Saturday night game for the ACC championship. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. See you next time. Peace.